Hi there, Terry back again. Hope I find you well. Welcome to my latest video. And I'd just like to say thank you for all the people that have watched the previous paperback video. It got a lot of looks, which is great. And so the t-shirts have arrived. So part 2 of Star Trek paperbacks. These are all from Pocketbooks, and there were 27 in this collection. The first 5 from Deep Space Nine. Firstly then, we have Emissary, which was pilot episode of Deep Space Nine. This was by J.M. Dillard, which actually is Jean Kalogritz Dillard. She's done 16 novels, including 7 novelizations, and obviously this is one of them. This came out in February 1993. And now comes Deep Space Nine, a thrilling new addition to the Star Trek universe, commanded by an embittered Starfleet officer and populated by a myriad of exotic aliens. The mysterious space station known as Deep Space Nine hovers on the edge of a wormhole, a doorway that leads to the galaxy's furthest reaches and beyond. And then I seem to have 2 copies of this one. The Siege. As you see, it's the same picture, but one of them's for the British market and one of them's from the American market, but they both come from Pocketbooks. Anyway, this was by the wonderful Peter David. This came out in May 1993. And when Deep Space Nine is forced to curtail entry to the wormhole due to increased graviton emissions, an air of biting tension settles over the station. But when this angst leads to the murder of an Edaman, religious leader, Commander Benjamin Sisko and Security Chief Odo realise they face a larger problem. The missionary is only the first to die. Soon Sisko and Odo have more lifeless bodies on their hands, and a killer who strikes without motive. And then both the Edmans and Cardassians arrive, threatening to destroy the station unless the murderer is given to them for retribution. Now, in order to save Deep Space Nine and stop the killing, Odo must try to destroy a powerful assassin who is the only link to his mysterious past. Then we have Bloodletter by K.W. Jeter, and that is actually called, his name is Kevin Wayne Jeter, and he has done 2 novels. This one came out in August 93. Starfleet Command has learned that the Cardassians are planning to construct a base on the other side of the wormhole to establish a presence and claim the rich unexplored territory. Now it falls to Commander Sisko, Major Kira and the crew of Deep Space Nine to set up a Federation station there immediately. Before Major Kira can deliver the new base, a fanatic from her violent past appears. Now Kira must engage in a life and death struggle with an enemy who will stop at nothing to destroy her, as the fate of Bajor, the wormhole, and possibly the entire Federation hangs in the balance. Next we have The Big Game by Stanley Schofield, which is actually a pen name for Dan Wesley Smith and Christine Catherine Mish, a married couple, and they use their name when they collaborate. I can't find out how many they have written, but it's a fair few. When Quark holds a poker tournament on Deep Space Nine, someone from almost every sentient race, Klingons, Cardassians, Romulans, Vulcans, Ferengi, show up for what is sure to be the highest stakes game of all time. But when one player is killed, the stakes get higher than even these big money players had counted on. With the station rocked by subspace waves that threaten its destruction, Commander Sisko and Security Chief Odo must hunt down the killer in time to save the players. A killer who has information that can save those on board. Deep Space Nine from the invisible enemy they do not even know they face. A killer who holds all the cards. And now we have number 5, Fallen Heroes by David Ab Hugh, from February 1994, and he has written 4 Deep Space Nine novels. When a troop of alien warriors demands the return of an imprisoned comrade, a prisoner no one on Deep Space Nine knows anything about, Commander Benjamin Sisko has a deadly fight on his hands. Under sudden attack from the heavily armed warriors, Sisko and his crew struggle desperately to repel the invaders and save the lives of everyone on board. Meanwhile, a strange device from the Gamma Quadrant has shifted Ferengi barkeeper Quark and security chief Odo 3 days into the future to a silent Deep Space Nine. To save the station, they must discover what caused the invasion to take place and find a pathway back through time itself. Right, time for Voyager. First of all, we have The Caretaker, and it's another adaptation, and this one is by L.A. Graf, or her real name is Julia Eckler. Her pen name reportedly means "Let's all get rich and famous," and she's done 16 novels, including novelisations. Pocket Books is proud to present the novelisation of Caretaker, the premiere episode of Star Trek Voyager. This is the story of Catherine Janeway and the crew of the starship Voyager, transported by the alien technology to the other side of the galaxy, years away from the Federation and everything they call home. Their voyage back will be a fantastic odyssey that will take them through uncharted space into dangers as they travel where no one has gone before. Next we have The Escape, and they're not using their pen name, they are saying they are Dean Wesley Smith and Christine Catherine Rush. This came out in May 1995. And it says here, the USS Voyager is in desperate trouble, her systems damaged, her warp engines failing. Without immediate repairs, the starship and her crew will be trapped forever between the stars. Captain Catherine Janeway must guide her ship to an ancient deserted planet that could hold the key to their survival, a planet that is hiding more than one deadly secret. And then we have Ragnarok by Nathan Archer. This came out in July 95. Loop flares for Catherine Janeway and the crew of the USS Enterprise. Take 2. Loop flares for Captain Catherine Janeway and the crew of the USS Voyager when their sensors detect a signal that could have led them to a way home. But as the starship Voyager races to the source of the signal, the crew find themselves in the middle of a raging battle between two warring races. A battle that has lasted for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Now to find a way home, Captain Janeway and her crew must make their way through the most violent spaceborne conflict ever known, with both sides determined to destroy them. Number 4, Violations by Susan Wright. This came out in September 95. Under the guise of helping the crew find a way home, a group of aliens board the USS Voyager and then steal the main computer. To get it back, Captain Janeway is forced to negotiate with the thieves, who are from a consortium of planets where thievery is a way of life. But as Janeway and the crew fight to retrieve their computer in time to save the barely functioning ship, they become embroiled in a political battle that could not only destroy the USS Voyager, but the crew as well. And lastly, we have Incident at Arbuck by John Gregory Betancourt. This came out in November 95. Tracking a shuttle's distress signal to a nearly deserted Arbuck system, the USS Voyager crew encounters an unusual weapon, 1,000 times more powerful than the starship. Inside the shuttle, the crew discover an unconscious alien and no more information about the device. Soon, Captain Janeway and her crew are attacked by a group of mysterious warships with an interest in the weapon's power. Now, with the warp power offline, the crew of the starship Voyager must find a way to save themselves from a group of aliens desperate to control the super weapon. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that as much as the first one I did. Let me know if you want more. That will be great. Well, there's many books I've got, so there's many to show. If you'd like to give me a thumbs up, that'd be brilliant. If you would like to comment, that would be even better. I love commenting on comments. You should know that by now. And if you wish to subscribe, then because you like the content, then that will be lovely as well. But anyway, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.